So here we are again. We're going to do the old favorite hydrogen peroxide. %, from the dollar store. I don't know, maybe it's from one of the other stores out there. But anyway, it's not like the expensive anything from, it's just 3% hydrogen peroxide from a drugstore. This, on the other hand, is a chunk of palladium that came out of my crucible. And it's about the weight of aluminum. And it is not aluminum. It has a melting point north of 1550 degrees Celsius. And this was not broken. It came out of the crucible that way and dripped down the side, and this kind of broke off one side and solidified right away because it's got such a really high melting point. And so what happens with hydrogen peroxide and palladium, and this is AuPd. Au is gold, and you can see some kind of goldish stuff in there. If you look closely, you'll see that there's gold along the stripes in there. It's got like a cubic structure, and the gold occurs in the gaps between the cubes. And it's kind of what glues everything together. Okay? And this is cannabis oil because I was using it to smush cannabis when I was making hashish the last time. Whoops, dropping things. Okay, and we're going to put it in hydrogen peroxide because what happens here is it's going to start making more hydrogen peroxide. And as this goes away, it evaporates, but it's making more H2O2 in this 3% solution. And it does so because of the structure of the crystals. And it's a catalytic reaction. Little hoppers in there. And the charge in this creates this joining of an H and an O or something. I don't know. I don't know what it does. I haven't been able to watch it yet. But we're going to watch it now and see what happens. Okay, I had my brass Buddha that's not actually brass in the same jar with peroxide in it, different peroxide, obviously. And the white stuff is actually platinum in the AuPt. This is AuPt, and the white stuff is platinum. And it also shows black in places, in the same places, actually. And the white stuff isn't actually like dust or dirt, anything like that. Platinum is real clean platinum because it's been blowing bubbles in the hydrogen peroxide. And platinum is a white metal. And I don't mean it's like silver colored, I mean it's white. Who knew, huh? Mostly people don't know that. And I found out kind of just by accident because I have a whole bunch of it. And it's way cool. You go, hey, that's pretty cool stuff. So we have AuPt in this case, and AuPd in this case. So I don't know if you heard that or not. That um, is my gold Buddha there, ringing like a bell. This stuff, the palladium, rings like a bell. And it's much denser than the weight would give you to understand. It is light like aluminum, but strong like steel. And it's not rare or hard to find at all. It comes from the dust on the side of the road. That's where I make it from. Any dirt road will do. All dirt roads. The little berm that the road grader kicks up out here, they clear the roads, keep the roads kind of level. And the road grader kicks up, and the dust is real fine in that stuff. And then I screen out the rocks, and I have this dust that is volcanic ash, basically. And volcanic ash is slightly radioactive, and this stuff is slightly radioactive. But mostly it's full of either AuPd or AuPt. And that's where I get this stuff from. Let's see where it went. There it is. And this is AuPt that I made in my laboratory. And it started out as AuPd, in kind of a Chinese bouillon. You can see the corner of it there. And I hit it with my plasma torch sitting on top of the dust. And it absorbed the platinum, the higher temperature absorbed the platinum into the metal. And the platinum has such a high melting point, it replaced the AuPd. And AuPd has so much higher of a melting point than gold or copper or silver, that what happens when I or aluminum's way down there, like under 700 degrees Celsius. And this has a melting point of 1550 Celsius, thereabouts. Right up there with steel. And it costs almost nothing to make, doesn't require any carbon output, and doesn't require any ecological damage to recover it, because it's just sitting on top of the ground. And it's everywhere, literally everywhere, hundreds of meters deep. And so what we have here is a metal that can replace steel in our manufacturing, and we can do so without slowing down what we're already doing, and without further ecological damage on the planet. And we need to start doing that now, because it's steel production and the production of petroleum oil in refineries that creates most of the haze in our air from unburned hydrocarbons and the creation of global warming. And global warming is not a joke. We need to fix it now because if we don't, nobody will. Think about it. There won't be anybody to fix it. Peace, y'all.